Once we got involved with the show, like, they drive that wedge in so deep and they cause all these problems and they cause all this conflict. And for us, it was just, she wanted the fame ultimately more than she wanted the relationship.
Spread good, baby.
What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 7 of the Spread Good podcast. My name is Brody Nicholas, back with, he's on my right side today.
With Nick, Mr. Celebrate Life. You're at Spread Good HQ with some special guests.
Yes. So we're both on this side today because we don't just have one guest, we have two. So welcome back, Nate. Welcome back. Nate knows best.
What's going on?
Not much. What about you?
I just learned about the Alaskan pipeline, so...
Oh, boy. All right. Hey,
I'm concerned about that, man. we gotta go take a look at that.
Oh, man. And then today we also have a very good friend of mine, Andrew Kenton. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. Thank you so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, absolutely. Andrew, you and I have had some crazy good times over the last few years.
Amazing.
In our hometown, down here, down south, domestically, internationally.
All over, man.
We've had some good times.
We've been tearing it up.
Yeah.
The world has had to deal with us a little bit.
Very true. But we've always gotten back into the States, and, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
But a lot of people might know you, people watching, from your experience with 90 Day Fiancé. But I know you bring so much more to the table, so I'd love for you to just tell people a little bit about yourself, your upbringing, where you're from, how do you spread good, all that stuff.
Thanks, man. Well, my name's Andrew Kenton. I'm from Northern California, originally from Roseville, California. I own and operate a daycare, which was not the intention of my career path, but I ultimately ended up in that field. It's much more lucrative than many people would believe. It's an industry in which a lot of people are always. I think a lot of people are always putting the daycare and childcare industry down. They're always trying to put it in a lower place. But the truth is, man, it's a necessary field. And so many parents appreciate the work that we do, appreciate all the love and all the education that we give their kids. And so it's a good gig.
Dude, I love it, and I've visited your daycare multiple times. I just love how much those kids love you, man.
Oh man, it's a party every day where we are at.
It's a party. You guys have what, like Pizza Fridays?
We have Pizza Fridays. We have a bounce house. We have pool. Every summer we bring out the pool, and so they go swimming every week. It's a lot of work, but we make sure that they have a lot of amenities. They get to have a lot of experiences, and we make sure they get the education as well.
I love it. You got some kids in daycare too,
I
right?
have 2 daughters in daycare. My youngest just bit a kid at daycare, so...
You got any biters at your daycare?
Oh, man, I can't say name names, but yeah, we got some. I mean, some kids can be vicious, but...
Give them 2 pieces of pizza on Pizza Fridays.
Yeah. I know.
Who did she
get
biting from?
Not me. I don't bite nobody.
So you're not going to claim her?
I will claim her. She's my daughter. I don't know where she learned that from, but I think she's teething.
Yeah, that's usually the culprit right there.
Yeah.
Or, just aggressive and has a big personality and takes what they want out of life.
That's
I
her.
love it.
That's her.
Childcare is expensive.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's getting more expensive.
Oh, we come in on the average end of it. We charge $50 to $60 per client. And so there's other places up in Northern California they charge $75. Some places as high as $100. Yeah. So and that's a day. That's every day. So you got people paying $1,000 a month for childcare. More.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's what I do. Got to work to pay someone else to watch my babies.
Oh yeah, it's true though. It's like part of your hourly day.
Man, guys, be sure to buy a Spread Good Squad shirt so
I can
Nick can bring his babies to work
and then bite other kids.
We should start the Spread Good daycare service.
Hey, I think he's onto something. I actually thought, I'm not gonna lie, didn't even tell you this. Always thinking about the next level and stuff.
Yeah.
I had a cousin that worked at SpaceX, obviously very big company. But yeah, he brought his 2-year-old daughter to work.
Oh, yeah.
He had daycare, and I was like, how cool would it be someday if Spread Good Squad had a daycare? Because seriously, I think it'd be really cool to be able to work, hang with your kids on the lunch break, come kick it. Because, our culture's so lax anyways. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll have to partner up on that
Exactly,
in a few years, huh?
man. I'll once you guys become, multi-conglomerate, international, I'll be in all your, skyscrapers.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I mean, we talked about it before, but I have a home care with my parents.
That's right.
Yeah, what got you into the daycare?
Well, I initially ended up going to school for international security and conflict studies. So I was going to work for an NGO or do some clandestine operation with the CIA. But I ultimately ended up getting into teaching, which led to me opening my own little school. And I just followed the money a little bit in teaching, and it led to opening a little private school. And ultimately, it's been working out great.
Nice.
Dude, that's awesome. And with your teaching, you've kind of lived all over the place, right? Didn't you teach in Vegas?
I taught in Las Vegas a little bit. I've lived in so many places. I got my degree down in San Diego. I lived out in Ireland. I used to work for an Australian company that sent me to all different colleges to talk about like elephants in Mozambique and South Africa and stuff like that. So I've had a lot of opportunity to travel and see different places, experience many different universities, and it's been a good life.
Dude, I love it. And with the international studies, it's no secret. You've done some international dating.
Oh yes, I have an international mindset. I like to tell people. I've definitely done some international dating. Let's get the map up.
Can we roll B-roll here? B-roll here, and you're gonna just fill the map up. No, man. What got you into international dating? Was it the travel? Did you stumble on online? Like, how did you come to meeting girls online?
Obviously, I started dating internationally when I lived over in Ireland. And when I moved back, I still had that international mindset. I kind of wanted to date and have kids with somebody of a different culture with a different language so that our kids could benefit from a multicultural home and all the advantages that come with having parents from two different countries and different cultures and stuff like that. And so I don't know, I was thinking family planning into the future. Plus, I love the opportunity to travel. And it's great to go with somebody who speaks a different language that I might not speak. And we get to go and explore the world together.
That is super cool. We've talked about this a lot off camera. I never heard you talk about that side of it. The two parents.
Planning.
Dude, that's so huge. I actually have a friend, you know him too, Markion.
Oh, yeah.
His parents are from different countries, and he always talks about
Dual citizenship.
And it helped him so much just with perspective.
That's my dream.
Right, exactly.
So you trying to date internationally too, Nate, or what?
I mean, it's on the list. Pull up the map. So if it's around this region,
if anybody from this continent wants to give a call,
slide in the DMs. Make sure you subscribe first. But
hit that bell.
Hashtag Nate knows best.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's awesome, man. And when you have dated these different girls in different countries, do you learn their languages?
To the best of my ability. I can't say that I am a polyglot or I'm able to, speak multiple languages with fluency, but I learn it enough to, do a little bit of romance and do the I love yous and the pleasantries and stuff like that.
So did you learn Gaelic?
I did not learn Gaelic. That's a tough one, to be honest.
I've seen it. It's like 20 letters long, and then there's capital letters in the middle of it.
Oh, exactly. It's complicated. I actually in college I studied Russian, and so I took 3 semesters of Russian. I actually got straight A's. Can't speak a word of Russian.
Niet a word.
Niet. I got sobaka, which is dog, or like I got a couple things that
How do you
like
say cheers
if I'm
in Russian? Cheers.
Oh man, I was about to do it. It's oh man, Prost is German, Solange is Irish, and Russian is
Nostrovia.
Vostrovia. That's it.
Vostrovia.
Yeah. Vostrovia.
Cheers.
Good with the save there, man.
I tried. Slancha, that's what it is.
Solange.
And it looks nothing like it.
Well, guess we got to do another one.
Solange.
There we go.
Slancha, boys.
Cheers.
So have either of you dated internationally? Well, I guess Nate's filling his map up over there. What about you, Nick?
Nope, I've never dated any woman other than my wife.
Smart man.
She's a biter. He can't.
She gets what she wants.
Oh, man. And that is going to be the micro content you see on Instagram. I love
What about
that.
you?
Yeah, man. I've dated internationally.
You?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, tell us some deets, man.
Germany.
Nice.
I mean, she was living in Redding, California at the time. but yeah. Yeah, I have dated internationally. Just in our country. But anyway,
Was
I
she
think it counts.
shown?
What?
Shown is beautiful in German.
Da. Oh, wait. Now I'm speaking a different
Did she
language.
take you to an Oktoberfest out there in Reading?
I don't
Get a
think they
little
do
bit
that
of
in
her
Reading,
culture?
man. Reading's, yeah. Reading's desolate. Have you been to Reading? You've
I've
been to
been up
Reading.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
you've been all over. You've been to like Humboldt too, right?
Oh, I like
Didn't you
all over
camping up there?
California.
I've been
Yeah.
to Humboldt.
My sister went to school there, and that's actually a nice little hidden gem.
Oh yeah,
Weed.
that's where they grow the weed too.
That's yeah.
The other,
I know
the other
Chico
thing,
State and weed.
The
if you,
Emerald
if,
Triangle.
hey man, if you live in Humboldt and you want to make some money, become a Lyft driver. Because there's only one. His name's Dave. He literally picks everybody up, man. I swear, when this Lyft driver, it's Dave. It's the
You know
same guy.
Dave?
Exactly. Like Andrew's like, I got lit with Dave, man. Yeah, no, man. Dave from Humboldt. Shout out to you. But anyways, Humboldt's great. My sister graduated there. Does not live there anymore, so I don't visit anymore. But when I went, it was always cool. You just can't fly there. That's so. I mean, I guess you technically can. Arcadia.
Municipal airports,
But, exactly.
maybe.
But there's
Yeah.
no, it's not worth it. But to fly to Sac and then drive to Humboldt.
How
It's
far
like
is
a
it?
4 hour, 5
Four,
hour
four or
drive,
five
yeah.
on top of Sacramento. One time, you guys won't be surprised by this, but Katie and I missed our flight to Sacramento, so we had to drive through the
You
night.
missed a flight.
I know, surprise, surprise. I actually don't miss as many as you would think, but they have racked up over the year.
How many have you missed?
Okay, so this is a
On
complicated
average,
question. On
how
average.
A yearly average.
You guys are gonna laugh at this. I've actually missed more flights showing up to the airport early.
What? It's that lounge.
Gets to the
huh?
lounge.
It's that lounge that
Man.
gets you.
Oh, I'll never
He
forget.
just sits there getting them massage.
Okay, I will say.
They're doing his nails and everything.
No, hey, have any of you flown American before?
American Airlines?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, gate A52 at LAX. So we get to the airport 3 hours early. Me and Katie are flying to Oklahoma to visit her brother.
Oh, Oklahoma.
And Katie has this thing like, we got to go see the gate before we go to the lounge.
I seen it on TikTok.
For me, I'm like, we have to go to the lounge. But we like to meet in the middle. So I'm like, I ain't going to walk to the gate, but I'll see the gate. So we go through security. We walk to the A50s, and there's the gate. 20 feet right there, A52. I was like, babe, it's right there. Let's go to the lounge.
Nice.
Does it say Oklahoma on it?
It does. It says A52 Oklahoma.
I know what happens.
Yep. And so we go to the lounge. I got real comfortable. You know, we came when they served breakfast and then they served lunch at 11. So I double dipped. And then I had 3 drinks. So I was feeling great. 45 minutes before the flight, we start walking back. Get to A52. See the sign.
Gate check.
Oklahoma. No, A52. You turn the corner. It's stairs and it's a bus stop.
You gotta go to the bus.
You got to take a freaking bus ride to another terminal that
That's
I
why I
did
don't
not
fly.
existed existed at
thought it was
LAX.
small.
Has this
Exactly
happened?
what you're talking about. That
Oh.
secret terminal out in LAX.
Yeah.
I had to fly out of there recently to go to Vegas, man. It was
Dude,
miserable.
it is rough out there, man.
Delta has one too.
I had a
Why?
30-minute transfer. I had a
How are
30-minute
you supposed
transfer
to
at
do that?
LAX, and I was literally like sweating trying on that bus. I'm like, can this bus go any faster?
I know.
So-
Gotta sit there and dodge planes and stuff. Like, come on,
Bro.
man. Like, you have more maneuverability than this.
That's what I'm saying, man. And so we get there. We're waiting for this bus for like 20 minutes. So I'm upset because I could have had like 2 more drinks at the lounge. But
At
now I'm
least.
sitting waiting for the bus. The bus picks us up. It's like a 5-mile ride, man. It's just this straight shot, but it takes forever. We finally get there, and we get there 12 minutes before the flight leaves.
Oh,
Gates
door
are closed.
Yeah.
And this guy, I was like, hey, man, you know, we're on this flight to Oklahoma.
He said you were.
He's like, yeah, he's like, you were, gates are closed. I was like, but it's only, 3:38. It's supposed to be like 3:50. He's like, we closed 15 minutes early. I was like, man, the plane's right there. And this is, again, Oklahoma, guys. There's not
not
a lot of
anywhere.
flights to Oklahoma. This was the
Yeah.
last flight to Oklahoma in the middle of the day. And he's like, no, I can't let you on. I was like, man, but we didn't even know about the terminal. He's like, well, 114 other people did.
Damn.
Wow.
But then I remember
He
I'm
must
part
got
I
for
brought
TSA.
his Smart today.
I remember I'm part of the spread good squad, so I didn't throw hands. So I just I just let it go. I actually went back to the lounge.
Went to the lounge,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And then it ended up being, we love the adventures.
Were they
we
just
had
fly you to Dallas?
fly us to Vegas. So it was
He's
stuck
dangerous
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
so
He's
we got
dangerous
a
in
night in Vegas. So it was cool. We went out in Vegas, went to Pump,
nice,
hung
yeah.
out over there, and then woke up, took a 6 a.m. flight to DFW, and then we had to drive to Oklahoma.
So you still had to go to Dallas.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That's where we ended up. But it
American
was
hub.
man. So
Dallas is a tough airport too because it's got those 5 terminals that you have to like take a tram in between.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you have a gate change or anything like that and you find yourself at the wrong terminal, man, it can be bad in Dallas.
it's rough.
Every airport in Texas is terrible.
Yeah. And I will say that Houston Lounge though.
Houston Lounge was cool.
Very
but
cool.
we almost missed our flight.
Oh yeah, man. So
It's the lounges. This is the Achilles heel right there.
Walter, You all know Walter from episode 2.
You're just gonna blame Walter.
No, actually, I will blame Walter for this. Two funny
I
parts of
believe
this
it.
story. No, so Walter and I went LAX, same lounge that we went to.
Nice.
And it was actually the same thing. We had an 11:35 a.m. flight, not American A52. I checked this time, but we
You
were.
trying to
I
get
think it
breakfast
was.
and lunch.
Yeah. So no, but check it out, bro. It's not my fault this time. So we're eating breakfast. Walter's slamming his margaritas, and I was too. You know, we're trying to load up. You know, it's gonna be. I think we're going to New York. We're going to New York.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was gonna be a 5-hour flight. We're just
It's a
trying to
brunch
load
culture. You
up.
gotta-
Yeah. But it's so funny because then at 10:50 they start putting lunch out. But you know how they do it at Amex? It's like they put the bread and the salad, but they don't put
The
the
stuff you
protein
don't.
out. Yeah, they're waiting. And Walter, we're getting our bags, and they put the chicken out. Walter is one for some pollo. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Oh,
El le gusta el pollo.
I'm gonna get some chicken real quick." And it's funny because usually I'm the lax one. I just tell Walter like, "Yo, bro, I don't," because as you guys know, to get to Terminal 5, it's like
4
a
or 5,
15-minute walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like,
when
"Bro,
you
I
said
don't."
Centurion, I was like, sir.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, man. He's like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. And I sit there, I let this man eat his chicken. I got some too. So
Wait, he didn't get it to go?
You get that
he got
box.
plates. They got boxes?
Yeah.
3 or 4 margaritas in, we don't see the boxes. We just saw the chicken. So we were eating our chicken. And next thing you know, we are running to the gate. Same shit happened, man. We got there like 11, 12 minutes early. And they're like, we closed the gate, yada, yada, yada.
Quit flying American.
Was it the same guy? He's like
Oh, if it
115
was.
other
Oh my
people
God, I
made
know,
it.
right?
Like,
But the second part that's so funny about this is Walter, man. I feel like he just like lost his soul. He was so sad we missed this flight. He's like, man, I never missed a flight before. Acting like a kid that never got detention. I'm like, bro, this isn't gonna go on your record.
I've
Like
only
it's
missed
fine.
one flight.
And it's
Man,
New York. Like,
So-
there's tons
we
of
were
other
on a
flights.
flight in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
this is how you get.
I was
added
actually
the
trying to
no
go
flight
back to
list, right?
the
To the
lounge,
lounge.
but Walter, you know, he was a little
That's
startled.
2 flights you missed.
Oh, yeah. You would never said, on average, how many?
The question is,
Yeah,
how many
that was
flights
the
did you
question.
miss?
You know what though? I fly so much. My average is still a good like 80-85% good
But
to
how
go.
many flights have
Man,
you missed?
I don't count.
Damn, I only missed
Yeah, I
one
hate
flight
it.
in my whole life.
Really?
Yep.
How?
The connection from Europe to
Oh,
North
damn.
Carolina to LA, it was a little late.
He didn't
and I couldn't
have
make it.
He didn't have pre-check.
Sounds like your fault.
No, it wasn't.
Just kidding.
No,
he was there.
I was on the same flight. So they
I didn't have pre-check.
we hit a lot of headwinds when we were coming over from Spain. So we were an hour later than we were supposed to be. So I had global entry and pre-check. So like I skipped and everything landed at the same time. So I skipped the line, went through, got there, and then I was at the gate and I'm like, hey, there's a ton of people waiting to like be in customs to fly this flight to LA. You should wait. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. So then I'm sitting there just waiting, and they were like, hey, there's another plane that's gonna go to LA. Everyone's gonna go on that one. My bag was already on that plane, and they were like, you gotta go now. So then I got on, and then I landed, and this dude was like, I'm still here.
Oh man.
I had
I
to sleep
felt
at
like
the airport.
shit. Yeah, I just
Did
sat,
you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just sat there like, what happened? They were like, there was not another plane. That chick lied to me.
But that was the only flight I ever missed.
And that wasn't his fault. That
Well,
was,
you know the flights I missed, I hit a lot of headwinds on the way to the airport.
On
So
the way from the lounge to
yeah, a lot of
to the gate.
headwinds,
yeah,
the
man,
margaritas.
the LAX corridors, man.
Oh
They're
man,
breezy.
Y'all got jokes now, huh? Yeah. So, what's your favorite country you've been to?
Oh man, that's hard because there's so many different countries that have a lot of different I don't know. I would say benefits or
Specialties.
their own personalities or their own, amenities that are attractive. I loved Ireland. Like I loved living in Ireland. I'll have to say that it's the best musical experience of my life because it's
100%.
only bangers.
Yeah,
It's
Bangers
only
only.
bangers.
live music.
What we said, man.
Live
Hashtag
music in
bangers
Ireland, man,
only.
Everywhere.
top.
And they got like those little jigs. Oh
Oh, yeah. They pull them out too,
Temple
and
Bar.
like everyone knows all the
Temple.
words,
Yep.
and they all sing, and it's amazing.
And they love country music.
It's surprising they do though.
Sweet Carol.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Oh man, you would have thought I was at EDC.
Good times
I was like playing
never
my phone, just like a
felt so
big
good.
rave of people, man. It was crazy.
You're out there. Yeah, I'm a different person in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So Andrew and I got to go for St. Patrick's Day this year.
That was a blast.
He showed me the ropes, man.
We met so many characters.
characters.
Characters, man.
They might be on the show
on
someday.
St. Patty's Day, we met that couple.
They're going to be on the show someday. Call it. Because remember,
They were an international couple,
they
technically.
were, yeah.
It was an Irish man and it was a British woman. Oh no, it was the other way around. It was an Irish
They were an
woman
international
and a
couple,
British
though,
man
in Galway.
in Galway,
I
and
love
they
Galway.
both neither one of them lived in Galway,
No,
but like
they were
they
just
had
there, just
come
like
to
us.
Galway for St. Patty's Day. We had run into them on like the most crowded day of the
Mm-hmm.
year, and come to find out, like they're partying, they're getting drunk, they're having the best time, and they're starting to talk like they've been together for a while. Turns out they've been together for like 1 week.
Yeah, dude. Honeymoon
And they
stage.
already went on a trip together.
They already like took that leap to go on a
Yep.
big old trip together. They've only been together for like a very short period of time. And when we left them,
That's
we're
how you
like,
know.
oh snap, dude. Like,
They're lit.
yeah.
Well, and the funny
And
part is,
so they were drunk, traveling together.
Yeah.
No arguments. They had good chemistry.
100% they're great.
Oh, yeah.
And the
That's how
funniest
you know.
part, they're like, we got to hang out. And we're thinking like, what are the chances we're going to see? There's like literally thousands of people in this town.
Yeah.
We get back to our hotel. Me and Andrew go into the hot tub a couple hours later. Guess who's stumbling in our hotel? It's this couple.
Guess who
They're
loves a
on
hot
our
tub?
floor.
And this wasn't the hotel bar. This was like in downtown Galway.
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances?
I mean, Galway is small.
It's
It-
called
it's
the
true.
Salt Hill Prom for those who want it.
Yeah.
The Salt
Oh.
Hill Prom is absolutely amazing.
If you want us to come shoot a podcast there, please let us know because we would
yeah.
happily go back.
The best
Hell yeah.
Guinness I ever had was in Galway.
Really, man.
I had Guinness and I had baby Guinness.
Nice. Man.
I did try baby Guinness, but would you guys believe me if I told you I didn't have one Guinness the whole time I was there?
What is baby
dude.
Guinness?
That's a travesty.
What? I was
It's
not
a
paying
shot.
attention.
Yeah. Rock shores all day, brother.
Then how'd you let this? He showed you the ropes.
Right?
He was drinking Powers.
I was
What were you-
I was drinking the
were you
whiskey.
drinking whiskey?
I was
I
mad
was
on
too.
the whiskey.
I don't
Did you
even
get red
drink
breast?
whiskey.
Did you get the?
I don't know. What did we get? We got it all.
Oh, dude.
I used to get the Tully.
Go
up there.
Tullamore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to call it a Tully.
Yeah. What was it?
Tullamore.
Because we were getting like bat and balls. We were getting like a Powers and a Rock Shore. Remember?
Oh, Rock Shores, yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
'Cause that was like
Boilermaker?
I don't know. It was like the Michelob of Ireland because I was trying to watch the calories because we're eating, drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't have Rock Shores here. We went to an Irish bar in Vegas. I was so
Nah,
excited.
man. But they had that shit beer that I asked for that they
Oh.
said that nobody drank.
So
I
not
forget the
Guinness,
name.
but what's the other Irish beer?
There's man, I can't remember the
Can
name.
we get a
Can't
lifeline
even-
here? Come on.
Call a friend.
I gotta
Irish
look
beer.
it up.
Yeah, we should just call it
Irish
person
beers.
we met.
But I had asked for a
hilarious.
beer because you wanted a light beer. And the first thing that came to my head was this light beer. And they're like, nobody drinks this light Irish beer.
Murphy's?
no,
Huh?
no,
Harp?
Craig.
Harp, that was it.
Harp everyone. No, that's part of a black and tan.
Yes.
It's,
But she did not like it when he asked.
The Irish bartender was like scolding me for ordering a harp.
Oh, you know what?
You gotta
Also,
order it with the accent, like the Tully. Get the Tully.
right?
Get the tone.
Well, another thing I got some hate for, which I was really surprised by.
Not drinking Guinness.
I didn't tell anybody that till I left.
Did you drink Jameson?
Surprising, man.
Right.
You're getting away with
No,
it.
I don't drink whiskey other than I was drinking Powers with him.
Oh, because of
But-
this man, I don't drink Jameson.
Oh, we got some Jameson right over there if you want
I
to.
will
Let's
never
get
drink
over
it
to
again.
this.
Let's take a
That
shot
man.
on the camera.
No, I mean, I
That
used to
man
love
right there.
Jameson.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
What else did you get?
So
hit for?
when we're like hanging out, like Nate hands me a beer, I go, "Thank you, sir."
Yeah.
And you do the same. Like just a thing. The bartender gave me a beer, and I actually didn't even say sarcastically. Oh, thank you, sir. Like I was grabbing it, and he got so upset. He's
said
like,
cheers.
"Yeah," he's like, "We're all equals here," and I was like, "Oh,
Oh, because you
all
call
right,
him sir?
Yeah, because I called him sir. He was like really upset with me.
That's the landed gentry of Britain that you're talking about
Dude,
there, not in Ireland.
I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Okay, sir, my bad."
You know what I learned in Ireland? When you buy, like, say we all go to the bar because we're gonna go to the bar after this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna get the first round. I'm gonna get in the first round. But if I were to get the first round, boom, I'd buy 4, and then immediately you would buy 4, and then immediately you would buy 4.
Oh.
And when I say immediately, I mean like as I order, you order. So it was my birthday, and the guy was like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy you a drink," and then the guy was like, "It's your birthday?" I had 20 Guinness, all poured, and I had to sit there, and they all left. They were like, "Happy birthday," walked away.
Irish goodbye. The Irish goodbye. That's
all
that
left.
happens. It's a real thing.
So I was outside just with 10 Guinness in front of me, like, "Will you be my friend?"
That's how you make friends.
I bet you made a lot of friends.
I did, yeah. We all are on WhatsApp together, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So basically, what you're saying is you finished those Guinnesses and you just woke up in America, huh?
All right.
My friend who I traveled with was like, "I've never seen you that drunk before." I was walking around because I get an accent when I drink, especially when I'm somewhere where it's an English accent. So I'm like, "It's cold, isn't it?"
Oh man.
Terrible accent.
But I know how to order a Tully.
They were probably loving it.
So what I did have though is a baby Guinness.
Oh yes, yes.
You haven't had one of those?
Nope.
You ain't even heard it. Like it's not a thing here.
Funny enough, because my friend from LA was texting me while I was out there because she loves Ireland, and she's like, "You gotta have a baby Guinness." And then we were with that group that
It's like
night,
a
and they
little
bought
shot.
all the baby Guinnesses. So technically, there's some Guinness in there, right?
It's a completely different drink.
Oh.
I think
No.
it's
So I
completely.
literally
It's
haven't
two
had a Guinness.
liqueurs.
Wow.
Like so it looks like Guinness because it's like a dark liqueur, and then it
wish I
has a
knew what it
Bailey
was.
floater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like we all just got to go back to Ireland.
Yeah, this is a research
only been
thing
once.
now. We
Yeah,
have
let's
to
go shoot a pod out
Were
there.
you
huh?
in Northern Ireland or Ireland? Oh, you
Dublin.
did. You did. I thought you went to Belfast.
Nope, Dublin.
You got naked.
Yep.
I have a fun story about Belfast, though.
Oh gosh.
Hey.
I was up in Belfast when we were backpacking with my German buddy, and we were up really early from the night before. We just partied way too hard. And so we're trying to get a coffee. It's like 6, 7 in the morning. The coffee shops are starting to open, right? But no one's out on the streets. It's kind of empty. And so we're looking around, we're walking down the street. We're kind of like, whoa. And suddenly, out of nowhere, we turn around and a wave of Santa Clauses is running towards us. Just a
Running.
It's a Santa run that we had walked onto the course of. Like, we had stumbled onto the course of this Santa run, and like all these Santas are just running by us out of nowhere at like 6, 7 in the morning. Super early they had this run.
I love it.
And like it was like, oh man, it was a wild trip, man. It was a lot of
Wow.
fun. Belfast is a fun town.
What's the crack?
What's the crack?
With the
Yeah.
Santas. What month was that? Was it
that
during Christmas?
It was around December, yeah.
Okay.
It was,
Yeah.
I went up there for the Christmas market, so it must
Very
have been
cool.
December.
Europe in December is amazing.
Oh, it's amazing up
gotta
there.
go
Christmas
back.
markets are great.
Yeah.
Got to go back. While we were out there, we actually saw some fun television.
Did you?
Have you all seen Naked
I've
Attraction?
seen a lot of naked. Oh, sorry.
Oh. So me and it,
Dot, dot, dot.
yeah. So most of the nights that Andrew and I were together in Ireland and in London, it was weird because I didn't even feel like we were staying out late. But by the time we got home, it was like 5 a.m. Like almost every night. You know, other than Galway.
Because you're still on LA time, right?
true.
Kind of,
Back.
yeah, that's true.
Subtract 8.
Because I felt like we just weren't even tired. You know, we were just going, and
It's
those
the crack.
bars, yeah,
It's
it's,
the
the crack.
We were just watching the news and having a laugh,
Oh
and the
my
guy
gosh.
next door was getting so mad at us.
Yeah,
for-
we got a complaint because we were laughing too hard.
Oh my god, it was so
Yeah,
funny.
so
we were
funny.
laughing so
Like
hard that the guy moved rooms.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's yeah, they don't like us out there, but
Yeah.
it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, we had fun.
But Naked Attraction, they basically have somebody, like let's say a girl gets on the sound stage and there's like these 5 doors and there's 5 guys behind it, and every level to the game they raise the door up, so she has to like judge them on their bottom parts. And by the way, everything, there's nothing blurred. It's all there.
It's
You
all
know?
out there.
It's all out there.
Uncensored.
Full Monty.
Yes, sir. So we were watching. Might have watched 7 episodes. I don't know, but it was really interesting.
Lucky
You know,
number 7.
It draws you in.
they,
It really
draw you in because she like deletes. You know, guy number 1 says sorry, and then it shows like the
Because
guys.
he had calves that looked like Nick's. Huh?
just straight muscle.
just could kick a hole through a wall.
I guess so. I guess so.
And basically, it's like process of elimination every round till she's with the final guy, and then she got to get naked, and then he judges her, and then they just go on this date together.
Yeah.
Nobody ever seemed to stay together when they do this 2 weeks later, but
Yeah, it's some interesting couples though.
Interesting couples,
you
man.
know, like it's so interesting because it really does draw you in. Like
Yeah.
like the format of it, like take out the naked part, just the way that they like build the suspense with the music and the raising of it. It's like, oh man, we're about to see some dicks. We're about to see some dicks, and then they cut it out, and then they come back and it's all dicks. And
How do you cut to commercial break from that? It's just like,
commercial, like oh,
we got Franks. Franks
it's like
and
they're
beans.
coming, they're
Well,
coming.
you want to know the craziest thing talking about commercials? They were all Disney Cruise commercials.
Yeah.
So Disney out there sponsoring this shit.
Oh my god.
I'm
Hey,
I
like,
mean, where
I
do
bet
you
it's a
naturally where
popular
you go
show.
after a date? Like,
let's go on
if
a
the date
Disney
goes well,
cruise.
like, hey, you know what we need to do? We need to go on this Disney cruise. Disney cruise for the D.
Getting the D on the Disney cruise, man. That's where it's
Get
at.
the D.
Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy.
Next
Sorry.
season, they're
Sorry,
going to
Walt.
have one on a Disney cruise. Everyone's around watching the live version.
All I know is I'm just trying to franchise the show in America because it was entertaining.
Oh,
it
dude,
really
man.
was. It
Like,
really was.
what is it?
If
Love
they-
Island.
No.
Love Island is everywhere.
Yeah.
And I watch Love Island UK, Australia, US. There's a Spanish version that I'm going to watch. Just like 90 Day Fiancé, man. I watch all of them. Before, after,
In between.
during,
The other way.
away, the other way,
Both ways. All of them.
both ways.
You know, if
That's a
MILF
nightmare.
Manor can find a home, then friggin' Naked Attraction can find a home here.
That
in
is
America.
very true.
Yeah,
That is
so we're starting that right now.
Mills Manor?
Naked attraction.
Attraction.
Oh,
All right, bring the girls in.
All right, me and Nick got to dip out of this segment.
I can't compete with
Bye.
his cankles.
Oh man, yo! Speaking of Love Island, doesn't ChatGPT think you're on Love Island?
Yeah, ChatGPT. I was
If
actually.
you ask what his name is,
I asked ChatGPT who I was, like, who is Andrew Kenton? And they're like, oh, Andrew Kenton was on season 3 of Love Island. And apparently I'm a very proficient businessman.
That wasn't a good season.
it's like wow.
It doesn't pop off till season 5.
He didn't even know he was on the show.
I didn't even know I was on Love Island. But you know what? Like, it probably was
a
you know,
great time.
better than 90 Day Fiancé.
So let's just jump in, boys,
Let's do it,
with
man.
this 90 Day Fiancé season 8.
That's where I was. Yeah, I think we're on like season 11 or 12 now.
Man,
Oh no, it's got to be way more.
time is
Oh,
flying.
yeah.
Time is flying.
That's weird that it feels like it was forever ago at this point.
But at the
You
same
did
time, just
before
yesterday,
the 90 days, right? Or
No, I did the original.
he was like
90
on the
day.
official
oh, okay,
season.
that
yeah.
okay, nice.
But now even the other way people are way bigger than the original cast, like Big Ed and a lot of
Yeah.
the, you know, like
Yeah.
your
Fun.
mom knows Big
Yeah,
Ed.
tell
Yeah,
us about
they-
Big Ed.
Well, so basically, a couple years ago, we were shooting a Spread Good Squad episode out
Yeah.
in Sacramento, and we met up with my parents for dinner, and we were really into 90 Day Fiancé at the time. This is maybe 4
Still
years
are.
ago. Yeah,
Still are.
Actually, I was just telling him I was watching yesterday. But anyways, this is like 4 years ago, and Katie and I were really into it. And then we were at this like restaurant, and the 90 Day Fiancé promo comes on.
It was when they
And-
were like, it was like the quarantine one, right?
Yeah. And my mom's like, oh man, I missed my buddy Big Ed the other day. And I just let it go the first time. And then she's like, oh man, I miss my friend Ed on Tuesday. I was like, Mom, why do you keep calling him your friend? It's like, I'm just wondering. Like, I get people get really attached to the shows, but it's a little weird. You know, she's like, no, that's my friend. We work together at the Gap. I was like, wait, you know Big Ed? She's like, yeah, we worked together, and then he spent the night at your T. Pat's house because we were working on a project. And then I ended up getting promoted. He didn't. So he started doing shots at, what's that fucking Mexican place called?
That's where they
El
talked
Torito.
about
El Torito. Yeah, he
Yeah.
started.
Bro.
Damn. So yeah, my mom was like, yeah, me and your dad would go drink at El Torito because Ed was a really good bartender. I'm like, no shit. Did you know who he, and of course she knows who he is and stuff. And yeah, man, that guy's cameo was lit for a little bit, huh?
back in his handsome days when
Yes,
your
dude.
mom knew him.
I know,
Like,
right?
it's
Looking different. Yeah.
He kills it on Cameo, man.
Dude.
That's what I hear. I hear like he kills it on Cameo, but I hear he sells none of his merch.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird thing to wear. I don't.
Like I don't see
I'm
a lot
gonna
of people
just wear
walking
Big
around
Ed.
with a big Ed T-shirt or something, you know. Like, but he's killing it on Cameo.
Yeah.
you
No,
know?
people are requesting him. But yeah, man, how did you get on the show?
Oh, dude, love got me on the show.
Real love, I might add.
Oh yeah,
You know?
like I was me and my ex Amira. You guys probably saw her on the show. We were together for almost 3 years, and like or about around 2 years in, we start applying for this show. And the reason that we started applying was she really wanted to be a model and an actress and get into that line of work and stuff like that. And so I thought, oh man, if we both go and audition and we go through this, and she was really pushing for it. And so we're like, okay, we're going to email the producers and we're going to put our audition in. We email the producers, we hear nothing back for quite a while, you know? So we think, it's dead, you know? And I send them a little email like, we're just letting you know, hey, we're still out here. We still aren't married and we're still interested, you know? And then a producer actually got back and we started this like 6-month long process. It's an incredibly long process. The reason
For the show or for the K1 visa?
for both actually, but for the show,
Gotcha.
it was long for us at least, because I've heard other couples. I've talked to some others like Devin and Ji Hoon who say that they got picked up in like a week.
Wow.
Like production, audition, going through the producers and put on the show.
That was like a Korean dude?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they
I
like she
remember
once
that.
said that they got picked up super quick. And like we got picked up like it almost was like
We need
like
another
a
story.
weird will they won't they kind of
Right,
thing
right,
with
right.
the production. And it's probably because rightfully so, they weren't sure if they wanted us or not. And you know, and I'm sure we were one of the bigger headaches of the season for them. So I understand their apprehensions in that. I think the last two for our season to get selected for it were actually me and Amira and Stephanie and her boyfriend from Belize.
That's a Michigan girl, right?
The Michigan girl,
Gotcha,
yeah.
okay.
And so I think we got
Older
thrown
chick.
in at the last minute because of COVID. So I think under normal circumstances we probably wouldn't have gotten picked up. But I think because of our persistence and us just being around and all of that, we kind of got thrown into season 8, and the whole train wreck happened. You know, that's when the whole production team gets involved in your life. You know, everything starts getting controls. First thing they do when they come in is they start attaching, the Pinocchio puppet strings to you so that they can do this while you're moving around. And they also put something in your mouth so you can, I'm being facetious, obviously, but this is what they kind of do through production is they lead you into saying certain things. They put you in certain environments. A little behind the scenes on the show, and I don't want to ruin it for people because you know what?
Yeah.
It's funny, it's good entertainment.
Right.
And I told the producers this, you guys make a cultural icon. It's really something that everyone kind of is able to laugh at and have a good time with, and that's a good thing, But the way that they make that sausage is pretty brutal sometimes, and how they get to it, and the manipulation and the kind of things they have to do. For example, there's a scene where I'm at an airport in Mexico and I'm calling her dad. I'm not at an airport in Mexico in that scene at all. I'm actually at the Roseville Mall, and they had me hold the phone down so it looks like there's an airport. So it looks like an airport. But if you guys, for any really keen-eyed viewers, if you watch the scene, you slow it down, you'll see the Westfield sign in the background giving away that we're really at the mall. And so they play these tricks. There was one scene where we filmed I'm about to go to Mexico, but me and Amira had actually broken up 3 months before. And so they have you construct these scenes to construct a narrative. But as the player, as the puppet, you know what they're giving you, but you don't know what they're constructing. As a whole,
'Cause you see it so much
You
later.
don't see the final cut.
You don't see the final cut. You don't know how your story ultimately plays out. The truth is, there were a lot of different details that happened between me and Amira that actually went down. But you need an easy story. You need something that's digestible for people. So you insert what is easy and what is digestible.
Yeah, and watching the season, it made it look like you guys kind of just met. They weren't together very long, but she was legitimately living in Roseville.
Exactly. She would come and live, she probably lived with me a total of 9 months or more.
Wow.
A long time. She would help me out. I mean, I give Amir all the credit in the world. She helped me out at the daycare. She was a great fiance. And then once we got involved with the show, they drive that wedge in so deep, and they cause all these problems and they cause all this conflict. And for us, it was just she wanted the fame ultimately more than she wanted the relationship, and that became very apparent through the production process, and that's kind of what broke us apart.
Dude, that's heavy. That's heavy. So would you say the show really was a defining factor in you guys splitting?
I would say, yeah, it was probably the motivating factor that led
catalyst.
to us breaking up. Of course, there are a lot of things interpersonally that went down, and communication and stuff like that could have probably been a lot better. I'm not saying it's entirely production's fault that we broke up. Of course, it's between me and Amira, but ultimately they played a big role in how everything went down, and put I'll just say it like this, on the show, they show it as oh, we broke up because we're having some sort of fight about kids. We never had a fight about kids. And that's what so
wild.
that ran me over. It wasn't a fight that we had about kids. What we were actually fighting about that led to our breakup was the fact that she was demanding money from production, and she apparently had gone and gotten an agent and was like refusing to participate and doing all this stuff, and it totally blindsided me. I was like, why are you doing all this weird, like high-minded, like, oh, you have to pay me, like it just showed like where her mind was at, like where she was, like where her motivation, her goals were. And then we got in a fight about that, and I came to find out that she had actually been cheating on me with a prisoner in the Texas penal system. You know, so she had been writing. I know, right? That would have been much better
That's
TV.
way better, yeah.
That would have been way better TV.
Man.
The true story would have been actually really cool TV. But like, they didn't put any of that in. They just wanted. They've already built me up as the bad guy. They have all these scenes. They put me in this stuff. So
They
it's
had
like,
you at a Mexican resort while she was trapped in
yeah, they have me.
some Eastern European
They have me being
prison or something.
Exactly, like she's in a gulag or anything like that. And I still don't even know what happened there. Like, I feel like there was a little bit of shadiness between Amir and production with the whole detention thing.
Right.
Because of how I ended up learning about it. I didn't learn about it the way that they told us on the show. Like, they had actually withheld the information from me until like as long as possible, until I actually had gotten to Mexico, not allowing me the opportunity to like change my flight to Mexico City or do the things that would have actually made a difference if it was a true emergency situation.
Right.
No, they put me in a situation to look bad, you know? And so like, and then I just continued to play it, you know, because I thought this is exactly what you guys are wanting me to do, you know? You guys want me to play this kind of part and say these things, so here I am doing it, you know? Ultimately, it led to a lot of interesting experiences. I got to meet a lot of the cast, and I got to see how the sausage actually gets made, which was kind of interesting. A lot of the cast can be quite interesting characters, you know? Like, I went out with Liz in San Diego, I hung out with Jovi, like, a lot of them are really, really
Jovi.
cool, but they're not how they're portrayed on TV.
Yeah.
Right. And you went to Binyam's fight, right?
I went out to New York to watch Benny
Love
do
that
his
guy.
fight, dude.
He beats him out,
I was
I saw.
there, yeah. Like,
I heard it was like not right.
oh my God,
It was
dude.
like unfair.
I'm not trying to take anything away from Biniam. Biniam is a great talent. He's a great shape, great fighter. But the people that they are putting in with him should not be in the freaking octagon. Like, I feel like they're bringing in the ringer
Yeah.
to just
Like, has this guy
really-
ever trained before?
like this guy on the street. Hey,
You wanna
look
make
drunk
50
enough.
bucks?
Do you want to get in the ring?
Didn't he beat his ass in like 20 seconds
It was
or
so
something?
fast. He's crawled
Oh.
on his back, dude.
God,
it was
poor
bad.
guy.
And you know what? I got to give the guy credit. He walked in there ready to fight.
Ready to
you know?
fight somebody.
But you know, his record was 0-4.
So this was his way out, huh?
It's like this guy he's like, I feel like this is his job or something. Like, I not that Biniam doesn't fight talented people. He does fight talented people. But on this one for the show, they made sure.
There's no chance of loss.
sure for that one.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, Binyam beat some ass, huh?
oh, dude, he took him out 20 seconds.
Unfair.
And he did like a backflip off the top of the
I
octagon.
remember.
He's a
cool.
performer. He's a talented athlete.
Wasn't what's her name there acting like she was married to him?
Oh my gosh, yeah, Angela
Oh,
was there, and Angela
Angela?
and Biniam, I think, are pretty good friends.
Are they?
And-
Okay.
Yeah, but like,
Older lady from like Georgia? No, Georgia?
yeah, she's from Georgia.
Oh,
yeah.
the one with Michael.
Michael.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes.
Michael.
oh,
Michael.
wow, you did that
Michael.
pretty good.
Oh my gosh, you shoved the cake in his face and all that. Like,
Shoved a lot in his face. Bro.
Oh, man.
Poor guy.
they keep going back for the punishment. Like,
I think they keep going back for the season.
She was on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
She's willing to do whatever in order to go through it, man.
No, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on and telling us like the truth behind the scenes, because there's something that a lot of viewers don't see. They see a show, and yeah, there's realities to it, but it's still a fucking show.
Yeah.
And I think that was really cool. As you went through the process, you stood up. You know, you went with it. You tried to be a good team player, but then when it got to a point, you stood up for yourself. And I think that's really cool and inspiring and motivating to other people that are going to be in that same place.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, if you don't stand up for yourself, I mean, they made me look like a fool, but imagine the things that they would have had done. Like, they wanted me to go and get a bikini wax, essentially, like a manscaping.
Wow.
Like, I know I don't do that. That's not something like I normally do, but they wanted me to go do it on film. They wanted me to go to
4-year-old virgin style.
Yeah, right.
They wanted me to go to a water park during COVID and act like I'm king of the freaking water park, you know? And like they want to put you in these things, and I had to like push back on a lot of this stuff and be like, like the stuff you do see is stuff that they actually won with, like me wearing the king costume,
right?
Or like stuff that they actually, okay, I gave in, and I like you said, team player. But I don't know if anyone saw the finale of my season, but I ended up walking out, and they wanted me to go stand in a separate room with a camera on me as everyone just talks crap about you, you know? And I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know, like, and what was so weird is they had brought us back from lunch, and they had purposely brought me in and sat me in this seat just to go kick me out of the seat. Like nothing had happened. Like they had literally just brought me in to sit in the seat just to kick me out of it and try to bring me into another room as if I'm like too dangerous for the room. Like it was
wild.
It was too much for me, and I was like, I'm not playing this. I came for a tell-all. I came to participate. I came to be a team player. I'm not here on the puppet strings anymore. I ended up leaving, but they wouldn't let me leave because they had my cell phone. They take everybody's cell phones at the beginning of the shoot, and they would not let me leave. So you can see me in the car. I'm just like, I want to go. I can't even call an Uber. I can't leave. They're literally holding me here because they have my cell phone, and they're not giving it back to me. So there's like, I know I come off as an unreasonable, you know, dickhead, and everyone sees me on the show as if like I'm this bad guy. But if you knew what was happening behind the scenes and like the interactions that were taking place, I think a lot of you guys, a lot of people would probably interact the same way. They'd stick up for themselves and be like, hey, give me my phone back. I'm out of here. This seems ridiculous. You know?
100%, man.
Yeah.
And didn't they even like use your reactions for a segment that you weren't even part of?
Yeah, they had me sitting there like I had been there the whole time. No, I had actually left, and they had me like giving reactions to things I never even knew about.
That's
like
wild.
Jovi and Yara. The only segment I was there for was Natalie and Mike's segment.
Oh, that's
and then
wild.
after that, I wasn't there, but they had me going like
Wild.
to everyone's
Wild.
segment. So
I
they
forgot
do
about
they-
all these people.
They do a lot of these things. They do what's called Frankenbiting, which is where like if they don't have, like they kind of did it with the image there, but if they don't have the words that they want you to say exactly how they want you to say it, they will cut away and they'll still have you talking, but they'll just go grab the words from some audio you may have had a week ago or earlier in the day and just fill it in to create the sentence that they want you to say. So there were several sentences, several things that I never even said that I ended up saying. And you watch the show and it's like, oh my God, I never said that. But then it's like, they're making me say it. Yeah.
That must be so frustrating.
It is. It's very interesting to see that play out.
And with all that being said, how did you deal with like being in the limelight? You know, the good and the bad, obviously, but there was some good in there, right? But
Oh,
just
yeah.
in general, I feel like with reality TV, you know, you have, and it varies for some people, but you have that 4, 5, 6 months that you were like all over the place. Like I remember we'd go to a bar just to get a beer and people would show up because they saw the stream, or like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Like
nuts.
they would like follow us to
Yeah.
the place. Like it was a wild couple of
We
months.
couldn't even get drunk
Yeah.
without being on some video or
Somebody coming up and saying hi, or like I had a couple weird interactions. Like there was one where you weren't there, but it was like it was at that Coin Arcade bar in Sacramento. Coin Op, yeah.
Yep.
And I was over at Coin Op, and one woman recognized me. She comes over. I was with my friends, and she's like, are you the person from 90 Day? And I said, yeah, that's me. And you know, I could tell you how the show is made, and if you guys want, you know, bring your friends over and we can all have a drink and talk about it. She didn't say a word, walks away, and then the group comes and starts picking a fight, starts pushing me, and like really starts a fight. I end up chasing them out of the bar because I get pissed off.
Right.
Like, you don't put your hands
Yeah.
on me, you know? And the bar helped me out, and they were like, this is inappropriate. Like, but it's like you get some people who take it to another level, you know?
Right.
Like they take this so seriously
They're
and so
emotionally
real.
invested.
Like they really want to they want to have a story with you. And so they will engage you in a way to create a story for themselves. And so I had people send glitter bombs to my daycare that were full of glitter dicks. Like,
No way.
yeah. And luckily I didn't open them in the daycare. I took it out back before it went off. But it's surreal, the things that people will do. I had people call the state agencies on my business, and like the state had to come in and we had to go through an investigation, and we were okay. But like the state was like, okay, we're not going to take those calls anymore. Like, because they were getting those calls. And like, luckily the regulators and the inspectors, they're so wonderful and they do honest work. But like, it was just surreal, like kind of the hate that you have to go through. Again, there's good stuff too. You meet a lot of interesting people. You get to go and learn a lot about television and how it's made and stuff like that. But if I would give anybody advice about being on reality TV, I'd be like, don't.
Yeah, no, noted.
Be single.
Yeah,
For real, dude.
if you're gonna go and be on reality TV, I'd say there's a lot of other things.
Just be on Naked Attraction, the U.S. version. That's the
Hey,
only
hey,
one.
on record, if Andrew ever comes back to reality TV, Naked Attraction USA.
Naked Attraction next time.
Man.
You guys are gonna see these sexy ankles. It's gonna blow you away.
No, man, it's crazy. It's crazy just witnessing the ebb and flow of all of it.
Yeah.
But I've also seen, you've gone through a ton of tough stuff with social media, but you also amassed like over 50,000 followers, and you spread a lot of good through your platform.
Oh, thanks, man.
And
Well,
and what inspired you to do all that?
a lot of it was you, man. I can't lie,
thanks,
dude.
man.
Like when I first got put on TV and my trailer started coming out, like I had no followers, no one really knew who I was, but I started popping up on TV. I ended up getting a message from you, and you were a local. We both lived in the same town. You told me about your charity. I ended up doing some research on it, and I was like, oh, I really want to be involved with this. And so you invited me to come to the box
Warrior
at
boxes.
Strikes, the
Yeah.
Warrior boxes at Strikes, and that was so fun.
That was cool.
And then I got to talk to Jalen. How about Jalen? And Brianna, and like all these like incredible kids. These kids that just, I don't know. When I saw them, like Brianna being a model, Jalen going down, getting his shoes in LA, all these things, it just was like, oh, I really want to be a part of this. I really want to be a part of this amazing organization. And so you've given me that opportunity to give back and help out and just spread good.
Oh, thank you, man. It's been great because I've seen a lot of other influencers, reality TV stars, which, more power to them. They just go do their thing, right?
Yeah.
And just go try to get on the next show or just party or whatever, which, again, I think that's awesome too. But the fact that you took the time to get to know some of these kids and hang with the Spread Good squad, like you even got on a Spread Good trip with us to Orlando, where we took those 20 families to Disney
all
World.
those families. In the
That
picture.
was one of the most amazing experiences, guys. Like going out there with you into Orlando, seeing all the kids. Like I remember Kier just eating his ice cream, so happy, man.
Living
Just,
his best
like,
life.
The happiest kid. Like what you guys do and the dreams you make come true, and seeing the joy on their faces. I mean, just to be in that orbit is amazing. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity, man.
No, thank you, brother. And I know you just started a new business that's actually donating to the charity.
We did,
So
yeah.
tell us a little bit about your new business.
Since I work in the daycare industry, I end up seeing a lot of pregnant moms. My sister just had a couple of kids.
Congrats.
Thank you. My niece and my nephew. And I came up with this idea that, hey, instead of accumulating all the things that you need for the hospital and for your baby, and which can be very expensive and time consuming, what if I created a prepackaged bag that had literally everything you needed for the hospital and for after, beyond the hospital? And so we ended up, me and my sister, we ended up creating a bag and a whole brand called Delivery Day Bag. And basically what it is everything you need for the delivery day and beyond. And a portion of all proceeds go to Campaign One at a Time and help out these kids that we're talking about. Brianna, Kier, all of them. Like it's all good. It's all like, it's helpful for the mom, it's helpful for the baby, and it's helpful for your organization here.
No, I love it, man. Super excited.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Can
Yeah,
I
it's his
get a
babies.
free bag? My
Damn,
wife
trying to
is
get
pregnant.
sponsored, huh?
You got one, man. Like,
Or I'll just pay for it. I'll
No,
pay for
no,
it
no, no, no,
so
no.
that we could donate to the nonprofit.
I'll donate a bag, but you have to show it on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
definitely.
I like that.
yeah.
We'll show it.
You down for that?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
That's
you.
so exciting.
Thank you. We're done after that. Three kids is too much.
I bet, man. Yeah. It
Or is
starts
it
to
3
get
much?
3 much.
Your back starts
Four.
to get a little tired after a while.
Yeah.
Forthcoming 2025.
Nope.
We'll be here in
I know, I've heard
2030.
you.
Number 6 is here.
Whoa. Oh, I'm sweating.
Nah, man, we really appreciate all the good you spread. It's been awesome just obviously getting to know you on a personal level, becoming such good friends, partying, traveling, spreading good together.
Amazing.
It's been epic, and I think we're just starting.
Hell yeah, man.
So thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of the Spread Good podcast. If you enjoyed us drinking beer, hanging out, talking about what we talk about, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and
Hit the bell.
smash the
Smash
bell
the
button.
bell.
And again, first episode, I actually wore the same clothes as last episode because I love this shirt so much. It's so nice and comfy, and it helps us spread good. Spread good uni tees.
I love
out
the
now.
college style,
Thank
man.
you. Cardinal.
That's where it's at.
SpreadGoodSquad.com. Thank you again, Andrew. Thank you again, Nate.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for
Until
having us.
next time, take shots.
Talk shit.
Spread good.
Cheers,
good.
boys.
Cheers.
Sláinte.
Cilantro.
Launcha.